Well, good morning, everybody. Greg Drolet with today's message from the road. And as you can see behind me here, I got the beautiful Pacific Ocean. It's a little overcast day, but it's a spectacular day to be out riding. And as I was out pedaling down the Pacific Coast Highway here, I got to thinking about this little question that somebody asked me a long time ago that really started me on pretty much my path. And I'd like to throw it out to you as a thought process over the course of the next days and weeks and months. And that is, what feeds your spirit? You know, what is it that really gets you inspired? I was listening to recently older Wayne Dyer video that was taking place, and I was rereading a book called Inspiration, Your Ultimate Calling. And there's a great differentiation between motivation and inspiration. You know, he talks about the fact that motivation is something that you get a hold of, a goal, and you go after it as hard as you can to try to achieve that. Inspiration, on the other hand, is something that gets a hold of you, and it's coming from a higher source, and it allows you to be able to go out and actually pursue what your real, true meaning, purpose, and passion is. You know, that inspiration that feeds your spirit. And, you know, oftentimes we find ourselves, you know, doing something that really isn't what we want to be doing. We know it's not what we should be doing, but we do it because, you know, we needed to pay the bills. And that's okay. You know, it's amazing the number of people that I talk to throughout the course of my years. Well, I'll ask them, you know, why do you do what you do? How'd you get into that profession? And they'll say, well, you know, I needed a job 20, 30 years ago, and I got into this one, got comfortable, and it just kind of stayed. And I'll ask that question, well, what is it that really feeds your spirit? Something, if you could do anything at all, what would it be? And I hear all these amazing answers that come from people. Excuse me, that was an inspired sneeze. Anyway, you know, I hear all these amazing dreams that people have got that they were, you know, they've had oftentimes since they were very little, and yet they never went out and actually pursued them. They had this vision, this inspiration planted in them, and yet they never went out and pursued it. Don't be like that. That's one of the things I really talk to the young people about is, you know what, find something that you love to do, find what inspires you, and go out and actually do it and touch people's lives in the process. You know, when you hear about midlife crises, well, those are people that are recognizing that it's time for change. They're recognizing that they're reinventing their inspiration. They're reinvigorating their inspiration. So I want you to consider that. Tomorrow's Easter. It's a great time for reinvigorating what we really, really want to be doing in life. It's springtime, kind of following off of last week's message. You know, it's time for recreation, reinventing, and redesigning the life that we've all been given. So anyway, be inspired and go out and find what it is that feeds your spirit, and just enjoy life. So until next time, it's Greg Drolet with today's message from the road.